everyone and welcome. In this lecture we'll look at the set index and reset index methods. So this set index method, it takes a column name and then resets the index for that specific data frame. It can also take a list of column names and then it can set those list of column names as the new index value to create a new data frame. Let's look at an example of that. Okay, as usual, if you haven't imported Pandas and NumPy, please do so. And then let's create a data frame. I just copied this from one of our previous lectures. So we'll create a data frame and save it in a variable called data frame. So we'll use a dictionary to create our data frame. We have our key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2. Let me change these values a little bit. Let's say AA, B, B, and C. We have key 3. That's good. And let's add one more key and value combo. Let's say key 4 and then value 4. Let's say 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If we look at our data frame, we see that we have a 5x4 data frame. Let's say, for example, we can use the set index to use key 4. So the column key 4, we can take that and then use that to index our data frame. So by default here, the index for our data frame is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What we'll do is we'll use the set index method to use this column as our index values. Let's see that. So data frame dot set index, that's the method name. And then we simply pass name of our column. So key 4 in this case. And if we run it, we see that key 4 is our new index value now. So key 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Similarly, we can use any other key. If we want to use, let's say, this column key 2, we can simply say data frame dot set index. Then we pass key 2. And we can save this in a variable called, let's say, data frame key 2. So this will create a new data frame for us. Data frame key 2. So if we call that, we get a new data frame with key 2 as our index. So this is an example of how we can use the set index method by passing a column name. We can also pass a list of column names. That means more than one column. Let's see how we can do that. So we have our data frame and we call the set index method on our data frame and then pass a list of column names. Let's say we want to use key 2 and key 4. So in this case, this will create a new data frame for us with the index as key 2 and key 4. So let's save this in a variable called data frame. Data frame key let's say 2 4, and if we call our data frame key24 object, we have a new data frame, right, with indexes key2 and key4, and then columns key1 and key3. So this is a multi-level index, outer and inner index. The set index method also accepts some other arguments like drop and append. Let's look at an example of that. So we have, this is our original data frame, and data frame that set index, we can say, let's say key 2, and then we can pass the drop argument and we can set it to be equal to false, for example. So here we have our key 2 as the new index, and key 2 also appears in the data frame. That's because of this argument, drop is equal to false. That means don't drop that column, even if you use that column as the index, still keep that column. Thus drop is equal to false. Similarly, data frame that set index, we can use this drop argument with a list of column names passed also. So let's say we pass key 3 and key 4, and we'll set drop to be equal to false. So here we have our index names key 3 and key 4. We are using key 3 and key 4 as our index, and they also appear as our columns. That's because we passed the drop argument and set it to false. Okay, the second argument it takes is the append argument. So we can say data frame that set index, and then let's say key 4, then we can simply say append, and we can set it to be equal to true. So here in this case, it's appending that column to the already existing index. So initially the indexing is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So we are appending that column to the already existing index. So that's the append argument. Similarly, if we pass a list of columns, it will append those columns to the already existing index. So instead of this, if we say data frame that set index key, let's say keys 2 and key 4, and append is true. So if we run this, those two columns are now appended to the already existing index. Great. Next, let's look at the reset index method. The reset index method is the opposite of set index. So earlier we saw the data frame key 2. So we saw that data frame key 2 is appended. Key 2 is our new index now, and we can use the reset index method to derive our original data frame. So we can derive this original data frame from our data frame key 2 object here. Let's see how we can do that. So we say data frame key2. That's our new this is our new data frame, which is here. So data frame key2, we simply call the reset index method on it, reset underscore index, and if we run it, we get our original data frame. This is also true for the second data frame that we created by passing a list of columns. Data frame, I think we named it key24. Let's see. Yeah. So we added this key2 and key4 columns as our index. So we can derive our original data frame from this data frame by using the reset index method. So it's simply we call the reset index on our data frame key24 object that reset underscore index. Then run it. Now we get our original data frame. Okay, this is what I have on set index and reset index methods. By using the set index method, we can pass a column name or a list of column names and use those to create a new index, and then we can save that to get a new data frame. And using the reset index method, we can get our original data frame. Thank you everyone, and see you at the next lecture.